Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is July 12th, 2021, and today is Monday morning. So welcome back, everybody. Looking at the highlights of the day, the markets make a comeback, okay? And this is really both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ after selling off continuously last week. There is no major economic events scheduled for today, and yes, we are in summer trading mode, which means lighter volume, lighter moves, so just be expecting that. So looking at the various markets, starting out with the currencies, the majors continue to trade in a very tight range. And looking at the indices, as we spoke, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both rebound. And looking at commodities, oil and gold both tapering off. Now in stocks, Amazon remains very, very strong as it's on its highs of 3,700. And lastly, looking at Bitcoin, continues to trade in a range. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So looking at the Forex symbols, really the GBP was the only one that actually rebounded nicely last week. A nice follow-up to this 137.67 up to 138. Now we are in a bona fide range here, okay? And we are at that top of the range. So if it does break above 139, I would expect it to go up to 139.70, but it may really just retrace here back to about 138.80-ish level, 138.60-ish level, around this, but it's a tight range, okay? All intents and purposes, that's the point of this, of me saying, is that we're really in a tight range. If we look at the euro, also just it bounced off of that low and bouncing up to 1880-ish level, but now just tapering off to 1867. So relatively very light trading when we look at this. However, looking at the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ, I'm going to skip the, you know what? Let's go back to gold tapering off at 1800, really unchanged, okay? And oil as well, not doing much at 74.37. So nothing is jumping out at me. That's my point, and that's why I'm hesitating to actually cover both the commodities. However, looking at the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, we're first looking at the Dow Jones. Look at this massive rally we had last Friday. Now we are tapering off right here at 34,697. There's significant resistance here, okay, around this 34,786. So just be aware of it. Okay, we may get that sell-off once again, because ultimately, what's the impetus to take this higher? Okay, and we are trading in the summer, so just take that on to consideration. Now, looking at the NASDAQ also tapering off here of 14,800 after hitting a high of 14,874 last week. Okay, and then we had the V formation, so also tapering off. Now, these are a couple of things I want to highlight. Looking at Amazon, on its highs, not retracing. 37.11 is where we are trading right now. Okay, so if it does get momentum on the upside, just beware of it. Okay, that may carry the market. Okay, but it may also correct itself at these levels. So, you know, I don't have so much conviction here, because if I look at the other majors, they're not making new highs. Microsoft did bounce. If we look at Facebook, did bounce, but not making new highs. I'd like to see that new highs for us to give me a little bit more conviction that we're going to go higher. Now, looking at the major Dow Jones components, JP Morgan did bounce as well, and also did Alcoa. So the markets are rebounding. Okay, that's bona fide. The question is how much longer? Or are we going to just trade within a range, at least for the next couple of days? All right, now looking at Bitcoin, also look at how tight this has become. If we look at a weekly chart, even better on a daily chart. Look, the past 3 weeks, okay, since almost 2 months now, since May, we've been trading in a really tight range after that major sell-off at the beginning of May. So with all intents and purposes, we're just consolidating here. What I don't like about this is that if you're looking here, you'll see in the moving average that there's a resistance level there. And every time we hit this resistance level, we trade lower. So this may be developing a wedge formation, okay, which generally speaking, if it's a downwards wedge formation, it may break that 32,000 level. So just be aware of it, okay? So there are still opportunities in this type of environment, even though we are trading in the summer and even though there is lighter volume, but there are opportunities. So you just got to be a little bit more patient in this type of atmosphere. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.